Star Wars Theory is a Disney shill. Lately, I've been getting a lot of backlash from Theory shills. They worship Theory. The man is perfect and could do no wrong. He's a rebel too. He always talks about how he doesn't like the sequels. I'm the first to admit Star Wars Theory is speaking out a little more, but it is nothing but damage control. He doesn't criticize The Force Awakens or The Rise of Skywalker. He blames all the problems of the sequel trilogy on The Last Jedi, which is the most socially acceptable / safest thing to do. He's neutral. He doesn't want to offend anyone. He doesn't want to take a side. Most importantly, he refuses to call for a sequel trilogy retcon. You've seen how the Pablo Hidalgo story blew up. Imagine if Theory started pushing for a sequel trilogy retcon. With his influence, that could be powerful stuff. Lucasfilm would lose their shit. It's at least worth a try. The sequel trilogy is not going away. It's only a matter of time before we continue the stories after episode 9. So back to the Theory shills. They think Theory is a rebel and doesn't like the sequels. They don't know why I make Disney shill videos about him. Why don't you just make a nice channel instead of putting people down because... They don't know why I make Disney shill videos about him. Well, it's because he lied about liking the sequels and pushed them hard in early to mid 2020. That was the most crucial time to call for action, call for a retcon, but he did nothing but support and validate the sequels. That is because Star Wars Theory is a Disney shill. Like always, I provide evidence. Warning, you may be triggered! Let's take a look back at the night before Episode 9. Star Wars Theory did a live stream discussing Episode 9. Before we get into that, let's fast forward a couple days to see what he said about Episode 9.
I really loved it.
So Star Wars Theory loved the movie. I thought he was a rebel and didn't like the sequels. That's not what he's saying on his channel right here. He said he loved the movie. That's strange for two reasons. One, the movie was beyond terrible. He's a knowledgeable Star Wars fan. He knows it was bad. Two, on his stream the night before, he specifically stated scenarios he did not want to see happen in Episode 9. They happened. Why didn't he rage?
Hayden Christensen, I made a vow if Hayden Christensen isn't in this, I will never watch a Disney film again. I think it would be a big mistake if they don't put him in there, you know? It'd just be garbage. Like, well, not garbage, but it would just be like a garbage move. It just like, why would you do that, you know?
I agree, Star Wars Theory. They didn't bring him back. They were focusing on the scavenger hunt. They didn't have time to tie in the originals and the prequels. We needed to hack C-3PO's mind for a half hour. But you loved the movie.
I really loved it. Anakin is only a Force ghost voice. How much will you rage? No comments until I see it. Let's see what really happens there. But I don't want him to be just a voice. That would be so why? I really loved it.
What? How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair.
I know I'm going to be hardcore emotional when it comes to the end. Whether I'm more sad or mad depends on how it ends. I agree.
Star Wars Theory repeats himself. You can tell he's worried. Is he going to be emotional because it was great? Or is he going to be mad because of how it ended?
I really loved it.
I don't believe you, Star Wars Theory. You know why I don't believe you?
And, like, may God have mercy on my soul. May the galaxy have mercy on my soul. If Rey defeats or Kylo defeats Palpatine on their own... Dude, I hope not. Please.
Well, she did defeat Palpatine on her own. She defeated him in a laughable way. Why weren't you mad about this?
This was really an exceptional ending. And I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the film.
It would take a Disney shill of epic proportions to not get enraged by how ridiculous this ending was. Palpatine, the greatest villain of all time, went out like a bitch. But you loved the movie.
I really loved it.
Star Wars Theory also had another concern about Episode 9.
And you know what? I liked The Force Awakens. I really did. I enjoyed it. I just hope this one doesn't undo, as I said before, it doesn't undo Episode 6. Really hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't make you look at Episode 6 and then see it differently now forever and be like, okay.
Well, Star Wars Theory, it did change the originals. It did change Episode 6. With the introduction of the Force Dyad, they retconned how the Rule of Two works. You being an all-knowing, powerful Star Wars fan, I'd be willing to bet $1 million that this pissed you off. First of all, the Force Dyad retcon doesn't make any sense. Snoke bridge ran Kylo's minds in The Last Jedi. It was essential to the plot. And with the introduction of the Force Dyad, the Rule of Two is retcon. The Sith's main objective was to create a Force Dyad. Killing the Master for more power or finding a more powerful apprentice is no longer a thing, which completely changes Star Wars. The Sith want to team up to form a dyad. And in Episode 6, Palpatine didn't want Luke as an apprentice. He wanted Luke to kill him so he could transfer his essence into him. None of this was George Lucas's original plan. J.J. Abrams fucked with the originals and Star Wars lore. And this is your response.
I really loved it.
Bullshit!
Saw it last night. I left with more questions than answers. What? Supposed to get everything answered.
Oh, this movie didn't answer anything. You made a video about it, and I covered it in Episode 2 of the Disney Shill series.
I feel like the movie raised more questions than really answered anything.
What is it? What do you see?
I stand by what I say. I really loved the movie.
Tell the truth! What do you see?
I don't expect any of the theory shills to have made it this far. This is exactly why I've made a Disney Shill series. This type of behavior is unacceptable from the biggest Star Wars YouTube channel. I will not sit back and allow this guy to call himself a Star Wars fan. I will not sit back and allow people to worship him as the Messiah of Star Wars. Star Wars Theory is a Disney shill. It is time he uses his platform to apologize to the fandom and call for a sequel trilogy retcon. Until then, the Disney Shill series will continue. Become a Knight. Subscribe to the channel.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider unnatural.